Free the land. This is Ben with your Black Agenda Report morning shot for November 5th, 2010. The Boston Herald reports British Petroleum said that costs related to the April 20th oil spill dragged down its third quarter profit by more than 60%. The London-based company earned $1.7 billion from July through September, compared with $5.3 billion a year earlier. But the fact that BP returned to profits at all, coming after a loss of $17.2 billion in the second quarter, indicated that the company's operations remained solid despite the spill. Shrimp processor Rudy Lesso said, "That's real good news they're making money, because at least we know they have the ability to pay us over a long period of time, because we've still got a lot of problems." Lesso, whose Biloxi, Mississippi business is down about 25% because much of the public is still afraid to eat Gulf Coast seafood. BP has set up a $20 billion compensation fund to pay victims of the oil spill, cutting roughly $1.7 billion in checks so far. But the process has been slow and cumbersome for struggling Gulf Coast residents. None of that, however, kept BP Chief Executive Bob Dudley from delivering a rosy prognosis. What I can report today is that BP is now in recovery mode, Dudley said yesterday from London. The Washington Post reports researchers should determine whether United Nations peacekeepers were the source of a deadly outbreak of cholera in Haiti. Two public health experts, including a UN official, said Wednesday. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that the strain of cholera that killed at least 442 people the past 3 weeks matches strains found in Southeast Asia. The CDC, World Health Organization, and the United Nations say it's not possible to pinpoint the source, and investigating further would distract from efforts to fight the disease. But leading experts on cholera and medicine consulted by the Associated Press challenge that position, saying it is both possible and necessary to track the source to prevent future deaths. Cholera, which had never before been documented in Haiti, has killed 442 people and hospitalized more than 6,742 with fever, diarrhea, and vomiting since late October. It is now present in at least half of Haiti's political regions, called departments. The United Nations has a 12,000-strong force in Haiti that has occupied the island since 2004, but their presence is not universally welcome, and some Haitian politicians have seized upon the cholera accusations, calling for a full-scale investigation and are organizing demonstrations. Lori Garrett, Senior Fellow for Global Health at the Council on Foreign Relations, said it is clear that the disease was imported to Haiti, but that it is still not clear by whom or how. She said the epidemic will contain lessons for humanitarian relief work and disaster relief around the world. Finally, Mark Weisbrot in The Guardian writes, Dilma Rousseff of the governing Workers' Party of Brazil coasted to a victory against the opposition candidate José Serra with a comfortable margin of 56 to 44%. It had been a bitter and ugly campaign, marked by allegations of corruption and malfeasance on both sides, ending Serra's wife calling Dilma a baby killer. Religious groups and leaders mobilized for the Serra campaign and accused Dilma of wanting to legalize abortion, ban religious symbols, being anti-Christian, and a terrorist for her resistance to the military dictatorship of the late 1960s. The whole campaign was all too reminiscent of Republican strategies in the United States, going back to the rise of the religious right in the 1980s. There was swift vote politics and car rolls, weapons of mass distraction of recent years. Serra even had a right-wing foreign policy strategy that prompted one critic to label him Serra Palin. Under the Workers' Party government, the majority of Brazilians enjoyed substantial gains. The minimum wage, adjusted for inflation, grew by about 65% during Lula's presidency, the previous president. This is more than 3 times the increase during the prior 8 years. That is, the presidency of Fernando Henrique Cardoso of Serra's party. This affects not only minimum wage workers, but tens of millions of others whose income is tied to the minimum wage. In addition, the government has expanded the Bolsa Familia program, which provides small cash grants to poor families on condition of school attendance and health and immunization compliance. The program has been successful in reducing literacy and now reaches about 13 million families. More than 19 million people have been shifted across the poverty line since 2003 in Brazil. And a new scheme of subsidies for home ownership has benefited hundreds of thousands of families, with millions likely to take part as it expands. The country will need a development strategy and one that establishes new patterns of investment and consumption to advance the interests of the majority of Brazilians, some 50 million who still remain in poverty. This has been, with your Black Agenda Report, Morning Shot, signing off saying, freedom.